it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for the March polish pickup. Yes! I am so excited for this month. I'm always excited for polish pickup, but I'm very excited for this month. I have a bunch of fantastic brands to show you all. Don't forget to check out my blog post on NicoleLovesNails.com. I will have that link down below. These will all be available on Friday. If you don't know what Polish Pickup is a monthly collaboration between, gosh, like hundreds of indie brands at this point. And shipping costs $3 if you live in the US. This is available internationally. There is a UK site. Oh god, just so much information. I'll have all the information down below in the description box. And don't forget there are timestamps down there as well if you want to skip ahead to a particular brand. And don't forget to, at the end, I will talk about what my favorite polishes were. And that's it. So let's get into this. First up is by 1422 Designs. This is their very first polish for Polish Pickup, and it's called A Perilous Journey. This is described as a rusty red jelly with red to orange to yellow shifting shimmer, gold to green to orange to red shifting flakes, and gold flakes. This polish had a fantastic formula. It wasn't too thick or too thin, and I found that all of the components spread on the nail really nicely. This had really great coverage in 2 coats, but to get the color that you see in the bottle, you'll most likely want to do that 3rd coat. For some reason, I don't have a video of me doing the 3rd coat, and I don't have my usual showing how the polish looks while moving. I don't know where those files went, but I can't find them on my SD card. So unfortunately, I don't have those for this polish. I'm kind of mad about because I really love this one. But fantastic polish, fantastic formula, and welcome Bonnie, aka 1422 Designs, to Polish Pickup. Next up, we have all mixed up lacquers with Butterfly of Darkness. This is described as a super shifty soft teal with unicorn pigment going from green to pink in the light and mega bold UCC flakies. This had a fantastic formula. It did feel on the thicker side, but that is quite possible due to the fact that I did not let this sit at room temperature for 24 hours before I opened it. I tried warming it up really quickly in my pocket so I can get it swatched, but that might have affected the formula a little bit. This brand doesn't usually have thick formulas, so I believe that would be the reason why. Otherwise, this was absolutely fantastic. The shimmer was so beautiful in this base. It was easy to apply. I didn't have any issues. The shimmer is very color shifty. And also, I'm using 3 coats here. It was actually opaque in 2 coats. I don't think I actually needed that 3rd coat, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have any transparency on my tips because I made my nails really, really long. And, you know, that's an issue I have sometimes. But this was absolutely fantastic. Nothing in here dried down textured. Removal was easy. And now we have the Bee's Knees Lacquer offering. This is called The Lion with a Thorn in Its Paw. It's described as a cornflower blue with orange to gold to green shimmer and hollow flakes. This had a great formula, not too thick or too thin. It did apply slightly jelly-like. I found that this built up really nicely in 2 coats, but I feel like you deepen the color to what you see in the bottle with that 3rd coat as well. And that 3rd coat also makes the shimmer just so much stronger as well. So you could get away with 2 coats. I'm going to go in for 3, and I feel like it's absolutely gorgeous. I wanted to show how this looked in the sunlight, so I ran outside with no coat on, hoping I can catch the sun. And of course, as soon as I got outside, the sun disappeared, but you can see the shimmer here, and it just looks phenomenal. And then here we have back in my nail room under direct lighting. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one, you can tell. But yeah, this is really, really gorgeous. And here are my swatch photos with glossy top coat and matte top coat. And next up we have the polish offering from Cameo Colors Lacquers, and this is called Hummin. This is described as a slightly grayed white crelly with scattered hollow sparkle, aqua to indigo shimmer, blue to violet to copper, and violet to pink to gold UCC flakes plus hollow microflakes. This is priced at $11.50 and has a cap of 105 bottles. This had a great formula. It was a little bit sheer on the first coat, but it builds up really nicely. The base color is like the lightest shade of gray you could possibly get before you hit white. It's all spread out evenly and easily. You don't really have to do anything special to get full coverage on this one. I had very slight visible nail line at some angles for where my extension nail is, but where my natural nails were, I didn't see any visible nail line. I really love this one. The shimmer paired with the base and the flakies. This looks so beautiful on the nail. And Cameo Colors Lacquers, phenomenal job on this one. Really, really good job. My swatch photos with both glossy and matte top coat. Next up, we have the Color Spectrum Polish offering. This is called Every Little Thing is Gonna Be Alright. This is described as a sparkling gray hollow base with red, yellow, blue hollow glitters, blue to red shifting UCC flakies, blue to green shifting UCC flakies, and yellow to orange UCC flakies. This will be $12 for a 13 ml bottle and has a cap of 105 bottles. Had a great formula, not too thick or too thin. The flakes and the glitters all spread out very evenly and easily on their own. I didn't have any application issues with this one. I'm going to go in for 3 coats. I feel like it was just a touch too sheer for me around my tips. I think shorter nails and natural nails might be able to get away in 2 coats. Long natural nails, you'll probably want to do a 3rd coat. But this one was very, very beautiful. I didn't have any issues with removal, and it was just really pretty. I will say for removal, you will definitely want to use the soak-off method. I wouldn't recommend scrubbing it off because of the glitter and the flakies. And nothing in here dried down textured. Just beautiful. Color Spectrum Polish is also going to have their amazing lip balm available for this month's polish pickup. This month, the fragrance is called Nature's Nectar. It's described as a chocolatey brown balm with scents of lavender, vanilla, and honeysuckle with a sprinkle of gold shimmer. This will be $5 and has a cap of 40 tubes of lip. This lip balm has a nice fragrance to it, and the gold shimmer, I don't usually see the shimmer on my lips too much, but I love this stuff. I keep a tube of it in my nail desk at all times. Next up, we have Fancy Gloss with Little Goldfinch. This is described as a very dark green to a yellow/greenish when warm and packed with blue to green to copper to gold flakes. This will be $12.50 and has a cap of 520 bottles. This had a great formula, not too thick or too thin. It is, if you're familiar with the Fancy Gloss's flaky thermals, this has the same formula as all of her fantastic thermals. The cold state is a very, very, very dark green that's almost murky in color. And then in some lighting, it does look black. Like this is a very, very dark green. And then in the warm state, it's this really interesting yellowish, greenish color. I almost want to say it's almost like a pea soup green, but more yellow leaning than normal pea soup. This is definitely a very unique color polish. Get the most out of this one in the warm state. I think this looks best in 3 coats. The 3rd coat deepens that color just a bit, and I like it best in 3 coats. Nothing in here is too difficult to remove. Next up, we have another thermal from another brand I feel always does an amazing job with thermals. We have Heather Hues with Find Beauty in the Small Things. This is described as a teal green to lemon that is packed with pink to green shimmer, pink to orange to green iridescent flakes, and a touch of hollow microflakes and micro glitters. This will be $12.50. I don't have a number for cap on this one right now. If I have one, I will update in the description box. This had a fantastic formula. It applies very similar to a Crelly. I found that the flakes all spread out evenly and easily on their own. My hands were very warm the night I was swatching this, so my nails started changing to the warm state pretty quickly. I found this polish really difficult to get color accurate. My live swatch photos, It is leaning very bluish teal in the cold state, and it is not that color. My swatch photos are actually more color accurate. I'm just showing the application here. And also I wanted to add, I'm showing this in 3 coats. I pulled out my hair dryer after the second coat and I found that this was perfectly opaque in 2 coats. So I had already done 3 coats on the other finger, so I did 3 coats as well for the live swatch. But just so you know, I don't really see most people needing actual 3 coats because I didn't notice a difference in opacity or in the actual color itself in 3 coats versus 2 coats. Like I said, this polish was really difficult to get color accurate. Sorry that was not fully in focus, but I tried my best with the swatch photos to try to tweak them to make it look more color accurate to what I was seeing in person. Next up is the KB Shimmer polish with the band. This is described as a deep navy blue jelly polish with color shifting flakes that mimic the feathers of the Nicobar pigeon with hues of red to orange to yellow to green, showing as you change your viewing angle, and in certain angles, hints of aqua. This is priced at $11 for 15 mLs, and it has no cap. With the band had a fantastic formula, not too thick or too thin. I found that the flakies, and this is jam-packed with flakies, the flakies all spread out evenly and easily on their own without needing to do anything special. And this is extremely, extremely color shifty on the nail. I was seeing all of the color shifts in person. It was really something. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference. I found that the 3rd coat did deepen the color significantly to what I was seeing in the bottle, so I went in for 3 coats. But this does have good coverage in 2 coats if you are morally against doing 3 coats. I will say that the flakies in this base are really mind-blowing. I really enjoyed this one. Hey guys, I'm just going to demo the KB Shimmer Restoration Drops Nail Polish Thinner. That'll be available this month for polish pickup. It comes in a 4-ounce bottle. It comes with this cap as well as a dropper cap. So you'll want to use the dropper cap when you're putting it in your polish. The polish that I have is this old Bundle Monster, aka Maniology stamping polish called Empire Club. So this is super thick. Like, it's not dripping, it's thick. Like, you can see. And I open it like this. And we have our polish. Wipe it off as best as you can. Set it to the side. Hopefully you don't get nail polish all over everything. I should have had a paper towel. Oh, I got a paper towel. Clean that off a little so it doesn't make a huge mess everywhere. And just add a couple of drops. Oops. Of course, air bubble wants to be right there at the top. Boop. There we go. Pop the air bubble. Let's give it a couple more drops. I usually will do like 3 to 5 drops first, and then I give it a shake. I'm going to shake this off camera so I don't make anyone nauseous. And let's see how it looks. Oop, that is looking a lot better. You can see now it's actually running a little bit. So I don't want to thin this out too much because it is a stamping polish and I want to be able to stamp with it still. So I will also show how this works with top coat in a second. So I also have this super old top coat. I don't use this anymore, but it is thick. Oops, of course I make a mess. It is thick. It is this gloopy. And I forgot to mention this when I was doing the other polish, but also to keep your polish from getting thick, you'll want to clean around this rim here. And if inside of your cap is really gross, you'll want to clean in there too, because you want these little rings to be clean, which of course this isn't. You'll want them to be clean so that you can, so that the bottle seals properly. So let's see, that is thick. Sorry, I realized it wasn't in frame. So that is thick. So again, we get our top coat out. Bloop, 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 bloop. Since this is so thick, I am going to put in a bit more than I normally would. And of course, I don't have any acetone. Give me 1 second. Let me grab acetone. So yeah, I've got my little pump bottle here. Clean the rim off a little. So I will use these cotton rounds to clean off the bottles. Oh, my nail polish is coming off. I will use cotton rounds. I also have some plastic backed rounds that I also will use, but they're kind of expensive and I kind of haven't wanted to buy a new bag of them because they're just really expensive now. So yep, so give it a little shake. For top coat, you will probably want to give it a good shake and then let it sit for at least 10 minutes maybe before you go to use it, so that way you don't get bubbles in your manicure. And look, it's running down the stem a lot more. Still thick, but if I remember right, this one was a little thick, like naturally. For glitter polishes, you'll want to be careful how much thinner you add, because if you add too much thinner, it will mess up the suspension properties and your glitters and flakies and all that fun stuff will sink. So you just add a few drops at a time and you will be good. I would also recommend for this one in particular to make sure you hold on to this cap. I was, when I was getting my photos, I noticed that this, you can kind of see it here. Some of the thinner stays right over here. And I was finding that when I had the bottle laying down like this, it was dripping a little with this. So definitely hold on to this cap, and I would recommend storing it with this cap. Next up, we have Leesha's Lacquer with Butterfly Dancer. This is a lilac-based Crelly with purple micro flakies and purple, neon pink, blue, turquoise, and black glitters in different shapes and sizes. This is priced at $11 and it has no cap. This had a great formula. Sorry for the cutaway really quick. I had a cat hair stuck in the polish, and so I just zoomed off really quick to get it out of my polish before it started to dry. I did go in for a slightly thicker first coat here because I was trying to cover up cat hair. Like I said, this had a great formula, not too thick or too thin. The glitter payoff was really good in this one. I did test out a coat to see what it was like having, how much glitter you get when you hold the bottle upside down versus not holding it upside down. And I didn't notice a huge difference between the two. So on my middle nail, you can see this is what I'm getting by not holding the bottle upside down between coats, and on my other nails I was holding the bottle upside down between coats. So this had really good coverage in 2 coats. As far as opacity goes, I think it was great in 2 coats, but I honestly just wanted more glitter on my nail, so I'm going in for 3 coats. Totally optional. If you love glitter, you will go for the 3rd coat. If you only kind of love glitter, you will be happy with 2. This does dry down textured, so you will want 2 coats of top coat to completely smooth it out. Removal will be difficult / tricky if you try to scrub this off, so definitely soak this one off or wear a peel off base coat. I really like this one matte. I think it looks absolutely amazing matte, but it's really good glossy too. Next up is the Paint It Pretty polish with Free as a Bird. This is described as a blue to purple to gold multichrome packed with multichrome flakes in purple, blue, and magenta. This will be $12 and has a cap of 140 bottles. Free as a Bird had a smooth, even formula, and it didn't feel thick at all from the flakies. This is a very multichrome, color shifty polish that looks absolutely amazing. I was seeing all kinds of colors on the nail, from magenta to purple to blue, a reddish gold, and like a very hint of green at extreme angles. I did notice that the green was more visible when it was mattified. This is a really fun polish that The colors kind of reminded me of a flaky topper polish that Paint It Pretty had previously released. I will have information on that in my comparisons video tomorrow. But this was a fantastic polish and will be perfect for multi-chrome lovers. Nothing in here dries down textured. Removal will be easy, a typical flaky polish removal. Next we have the Twisting Nether Lacquer polish with Berry Not Bird. This is described as a gray polish with pink to violet to gold UCC flakies, crystal chameleon flakies, and hollow sparkle. This will be $12.50 and has a cap of 150 bottles. This had a fantastic formula. It did apply very much like more of a jelly than a crelly polish, so you will want to build this one up. I really love gray flakies. I say that every time, but you know, I just love gray flakies. I think coverage is best in this one in 3 coats. 3 coats you will get full opacity. It was just a touch patchy in 2 coats. I feel like this one wants to photograph just a touch darker than it actually is in person. It isn't a super dark gray, but it is a dark gray polish. And the holographic sparkle is very subdued. I will have a photo that shows the hollow really well though. Nothing in here dries down textured, and 1 coat of top coat smooths it out really nicely. I just love the way the flakies pair with the base color in this one. And this one also looks absolutely amazing with a matte top coat. And here are my swatch photos with glossy top coat. And the final polish I have to share is by Zombie Claw Polish. This one is called Swallowtail Butterfly Kisses. This is described as a black base with scattered hollow, different size white glitters, and black shards. This will be $13 and has a cap of 150 bottles. This had a really nice formula. I didn't have any application issues. I will note that the black shards, while they are very sparse once you get them on the nail, they do leave some texture behind. Sometimes they will they will kind of poke up a little bit. For the most part, it smooths out with top coat, but not always. I also found that the larger circle glitters do seem to sink to the bottom of the bottle a little bit, so you will want to hold this one upside down between coats if you want to get a lot of those larger circles on the nail. That said, this is a really fun polish. I really like the white glitters in this black base. This will be a little difficult to remove if you try to scrub it, so definitely soak this one off. And that is everything. My cat is going off right now, so if you hear meowing, it's this one right here. Say hi to everyone, Stormy. She was in my last video, if you guys remember. Anyway, so okay. Just quick disclaimer on my personal favorites. So these are my personal favorites based on my own personal polish preferences. These are not any better than other polishes or any worse, or just, so that's the disclaimer. So my personal favorites. I wanted to keep the list down to 4. I have 6 in front of me, but I'm gonna do 5. 4 my personal favorites and then 1 honorable mention. First favorite would be the Bee's Knees lacquer polish called A Lion with a Thorn in Its Paw. I really, really love this one. The base color paired with the shimmer, I loved it. Second favorite would be the Twisting Nether lacquer called Berry Not Bird. I really like gray polishes with flakies, and I love this one. The colors were just really, really beautiful. Third favorite, this is the Cameo Colors lacquer. This one was called Hummin. This one was one of my favorites. I have been swatching for Cameo Colors lacquers. I think this is like my 3rd month doing it for their polish pickup. And this is the 3rd month that their polish was like in my top favorites for the ones that I swatched. Like, they're always really, really good. Number 4 honorable mention. I'm having a hard time deciding because I've got 3 left here and I just don't know which one. So honorable mention, Leesha's lacquer. I really, really like Crellies. Glitter Crellies in particular are my favorite. So Butterfly Dancer, I really like the glitter mix and I liked the colors. It was really beautiful. It was pretty similar to a polish that I bought from her back in February called Leave Me Alone. I'll have a comparison in another video. I'm filming it right after this. And then the final two polishes that I'm having a hard time deciding which ones were my favorite were the Heather's Hues polish. The Heather's Hues polish was called Find Beauty in the Small Things, and originally Heather was releasing a purple polish for polish pickup, and then formula issues, and so she ended up going with this one. And the purple polish, I had it on my thumb for some of the swatches, and I honestly didn't think that she could come out with something for polish pickup this month that I liked more than that purple. And this teal, I liked it a lot more. It was very tricky to get the color perfect on this one. To be perfectly honest, it was really, really difficult, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the final polish, God, I wish I could cut it down. But the final polish that I'm gonna say is a favorite was the All Mixed Up Lacquers polish. This was the polish, this was the last one that I got, and this is kind of why the video is going up late, because I didn't want to post the video and not include it. But this one was called Butterfly of Darkness, and the shimmer with the flakes in this base is just really, really stunning. So those are my favorites. Oh, so long. But you know, that's how polish pickup is. It's always like that. So yeah, polish pickup opens this Friday on polishpickup.com. Again, I will have all of the information down below, as well on my blog post, because it is a lot. Thank you for watching. I would love to hear what you all are planning on picking up. If you have a cat biting your toes, I'm just gonna go because she wants to play. And thanks for watching. I didn't mention this before, but we hit 100 subscribers over here on YouTube recently, and I am just so appreciative of everyone who has commented, subscribed, all the things. I'm just so appreciative, so thank you all so much. I'm sorry this video is so long. My comparisons video will be up next, and that's it. Take care. Bye.